God wants to remind us that what He promises, He performs. You're going to see some things that appear like in your life it's falling apart. And you think, where is God in all of that? Well, God has some promises. And God intends to keep His promises to His people. There's no joyfulness in your life because you don't think God cares about you and you can't trust His promises. And the reason you don't trust His promises is you've never heard the joyful sound, or either you don't remember what the joyful sound was like. My friends, the problem is we have neglected the one thing that is needful, and we don't have that personal relationship with Jesus Christ like what we ought to have. You need to build your relationship with Christ today because you don't know what you're going to face tomorrow. The greatest thing that God will do in your heart, in your life, is a work in your heart. But the greatest work that you will ever do for God will be in your home. If you're going to have the right kind of home, you're going to have a Spirit-filled home. And you can't do that unless you make spiritual things the center in your home. And there's a reason we have a difficult time of order in our homes. It's because if it's not biblically based and ordered by God, and people are not willing to submit to the will of God in this thing, there will be no order in the home. And if there's lack of order in your home, there'll be nothing but chaos. There is not a natural submission gene that any of us have. We are all born rebels against God, and we are all born sinners. And just as you have the seed of sin in you, you have the seed of rebellion in you. Before I would ever stand up and rant and rave on women not being subjection to their own husbands into submission, I'd like to say that I think it's more incumbent on us that we should be men who are submitted to God. And if we'll submit ourselves to God, our wives could not only reverence, but they could also respect us. If in our homes we would submit ourselves to God, and our wives would submit to us as leaders of the home, you'd find that it would go a lot easier with children submitting to their parents.